As we reach this 2-year mark, it is overwhelming. I don't know what other word to use. And not just because of the fact that we reached our goal, which is phenomenal, but the fact that from the beginning we said before God does something through us, He's going to seek to do something in us. And over this 2-year journey, for so many of us, we've found our home in Him like never before. And just as we saw with Abraham, where God stepped in and said, I want to give you this new home, how it wasn't so much about where he was going as it was about who he was becoming. We've found the same to be true.
We believe that it's time for Hoboken Grace to further root itself, not just in Him, but to further root itself inside of this community. To say to this community that we are here to stay, and we want to impact this community for generations and generations to come.
When we first walked into Advanced Commitment Night, we had a number that we were comfortable with and that we had prayed over, and in hindsight, it was one that we were really looking at as like giving from what was ours to the home initiative. And as we sit here 2 years later, one of the biggest changes for us has been that it's not giving from what we have or what we've saved or what we've earned. It's really believing and understanding that everything we have truly is from Him.
My faith journey was really enhanced by my youth group growing up. It was pivotal in my faith journey, and the idea that our children would have that opportunity in the future. Our children are very young, but the potential of that and the physical space for our children to grow in their faith in community here was something that was really, really exciting for us.
Walking into the home initiative, I had over $50,000 worth of just school debt and credit card debt. I had just gotten out of FPU a year in. My debt was completely paid off. Fast forward to today, Simon and I have not only prioritized giving, but being a part of this community and just seeing how much Hoboken Grace has impacted our lives, wanting to give back. God was just showing me how faithful He is and how He can come through in every situation that I was coming across.
When moving to Hoboken and moving just to this area and finding a new church, my whole thing was I wanted community. And I feel that Hoboken Grace gives people a home.
It was a really important step, not only to change giving from this thing that we weren't really engaging with to something that we were engaging with. And over the course of the 2 years to come back at the midpoint and be able to stretch further because of what God had done in our hearts in the first half. And now as we approach the end, to see, even though things haven't gone perfectly in our finances over the last 2 years, to see the point that God has brought us to and how He's truly changed our hearts in the way that we think about giving, in the joy that we experience in giving.
Doors would open, close, until a couple months ago a door opened that we never expected. God has made it possible for us as a church to be able to open this door. As we engage this, we're going to take our impact to an entirely different level, not then, now. We wanted to make sure that our veterans had a home inside of our city. And so today we'd like to give you a check for $100,000.
God has done far beyond what we could have ever dreamt. If you go back and listen to those early conversations, it was about how we're probably never going to be able to find a space that will actually allow all of us to be together and serve in this way and love in this way exactly. But he did it. And now I stand in this room and in this space that we own, where we can continue to dream of how to love like never before. He did it. But most importantly, he did in us more than we could have ever asked or imagined. And for that, we are eternally grateful. And we celebrate him with all that we have.